he taught me how to ground myself,
Mm.
and he taught me one of the most important lessons in coaching was he pulled me aside one day and he goes, he's like, you really need to learn how to meet people where they are. It's like
Mm.
if you approach these people who aren't feeling well, who a lot are very sick, with your high level, excited energy, they're not going to come and see you and they're not going to hear you. And
I think that's a really important piece. I say that a lot to myself
yeah,
when I was getting out of the teaching industry and back into full-time training.
yeah,
I was interacting with a lot of different clients, and I was at the small gym where I was working with other people's clients, and they
mm,
eventually became my long-term clients that I'm training now. But I always said to
hmm,
myself, meet them where they're at, because if I bring
yeah,
110% of my energy using the maces and clubs and the
mm,
kettlebells, and they're not ready for that, and they've been
yeah,
doing conventional training this whole time, and
right,
like I always said, meet them where they're at, and then little by little introduce some of these unconventional tools and
yeah,
these modalities that might be a little esoteric,
mm,
one step at a time. So,
hmm,
little by little, they're grasping this information. Because when you're talking about holistic health,
hmm,
it's multidisciplinary. You're looking at
yeah,
things from so many different angles. It's not just the fitness, the movement part, it's the mental, emotional. And then
right,
that becomes more of like a spiritual quest. At least it
mm,
was for me. And
hmm,
I
me too.
realized that, yeah, we realized
Yeah,
that over the periods of time. But if you tell somebody right when they meet them, when you
hmm,
meet them and they're coming to you for a good workout and they want to burn calories and burn body fat and look better in
yeah,
their clothes and get their number on the scale down, and you start talking to them about mental and emotional stuff, like, what the
hmm,
fuck? This is not therapy.
yeah,
This is a
yeah,
workout, right?
right, right, right,
So, yeah, meeting them where they're at is a wonderful lesson. Keep going there. Where else were
yeah.
you were gonna go?
Mm.
Where were you gonna go with that?
Well, in that direction, like it's such a neat energy though, because you learn how to speak different languages in that
Mm,
way. And like
yeah.
I have learned how to speak to men in a different way than I do with women. And then you get to read people. So like through that process, you learn how to be more intuitive because to my younger brain, it was like, I'm not going to be not me around these people.
Right.
And then once I started to really recognize that, the more I learned and the more information that I gathered, I'm just like, wait a second, but it's not about not being you. It's about speaking in a way that another person can understand,
Mm,
which is the whole concept of empathy and compassion.